Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. The Miami Hurricanes land a very interesting commitment in the 2026 class as Malachi Toney from American Heritage commits to the Hurricanes. I want to talk about a couple things. One, I want to dive into the film of Malachi Toney, who extremely impressive as a true freshman at American Heritage, 621 yards, 8 touchdowns on 35 catches, explosive, smooth route runner. And then I want to talk about why Miami has some sticking power with this commitment. You know, the haters are going to come out and say, oh, he's going to be a flip. Malachi Toney is right in the backyard of the Miami Hurricanes. I think that's going to make it really easy for Mario Cristobal and the staff to kind of keep tabs on him, keep that relationship strong. So you see a lot of commitments early. And yeah, it's hard to get excited about a 2026 class. That being said, for Miami, like, this is a build. They need to stack really good cycles on top of each other to get to where Miami wants to go. So even if it's 2026, like, you're still starting to build these classes, and that's what it takes to get to the top, right? The Georgia Bulldogs had to stack multiple solid classes to get to where they are now. You're seeing the Miami Hurricanes start doing that in the 2026 class as well. Now, before we get into it, just want to say thank you to you guys, and especially the Miami fans. Anytime I get a chance to talk some Miami football, I'm always going to do it, whether it's a 2026 kid who's only a sophomore in high school, going to get into the film. Appreciate the Miami fans rocking with the boys like you guys have. So one, if you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Really appreciate all the support from the Miami fans. Again, a fan base that has shown a ton of love to the boys. And let's get into Malachi Toney. And the first thing you got to shout out is he doesn't have a ranking at 24/7 Sports. They haven't really built out their class yet. I think they only have 70 guys ranked in the 2026 cycle. You can tell Malachi Toney's a baller because of the offers that he already had. I mean, you take a look at the offers that he's racked up as a sophomore in high school: Florida State, Alabama, Ohio State. Anytime you beat Ohio State out for a wide receiver, you know that wide receiver can ball because they don't just offer anyone out there in Columbus for wide receivers. So you take a look at the offer sheet. Like, Malachi Toney can play. And the next thing that's so impressive is he's not the biggest guy, 5'9", 165 pounds. He might get bigger because, again, he's only a sophomore in high school. That being said, like, how he plays the wide receiver position, extremely, extremely impressive. I want to get into the film a little bit because Malachi Toney, a very fun watch, and you're going to see him make plays in big moments at American Heritage as a true freshman. And I remind you, I mean, you have Brandon Innes, Mark Fletcher on this field. Malachi Toney was a guy that they went to consistently. And if you're standing out from a talent standpoint at American Heritage with all that talent they had last year, you know this kid can play. So firing up the film a little bit, really smooth release. You're going to see him win kind of to the goal line here. That's what I love the most. Really polished receiver. I mean, he's fast. He's got good movement skills, but he just gets the position, right? Tracks that ball really, really smoothly. You're going to see him create separation vertically. You're going to see him create separation in the short and intermediate route trees. He's really good after the catch. Kind of checks all those boxes. Now, I want to talk a little bit about it as I get some coffee because I'm going to cough. Really smooth release. Works the middle of the field, creates separation. I mean, this is against like really quality high school competition, Shamadam, and like, you're getting it done. Now, taking a look again, Malachi Toney, and he doesn't really play much of the slot. He plays a lot of boundary, which I think is interesting because you probably see him more as a slot with the 5'9" frame, but he can get it done on the boundary. Create separation, works vertically, nice body control on a back shoulder route. I mean, you go back and like you talk about the star wide receivers at the next level and how easy they make the game look. And this has been something we've talked about a lot. Like, gone are the days where like it takes the Julio Jones to be, or the Calvin Johnsons to just be really big and really fast to be good at the wide receiver position. You're starting to see the wide receivers who excel the most at the college level and the NFL level to be the smooth guys, the guys who make route running, the adjusting to footballs look easy. I think Malachi Toney has a lot of that in his game, right? You're going to see a back shoulder route, rushing again, creates separation, looks back, changes the body up, goes up, catches physical at the catch point for only 165 pounds. Again, this kid is really young and was making it happen as a freshman at American Heritage. I'm not surprised. Most schools in the country wanted him. Again, watch him create separation with the little short intermediate route, catches it, really good after the catch, good movement skills. That's what you want. Quarterback's best friend. Throw a ball, like, get a ball out quick, have a wide receiver that can make something happen down the field. working the boundary again. I mean, this is a guy that works the boundary as a 5'9" wide receiver, cross the face of the DB, find the football, easy touchdown. You see him win in a multiple ways in certain in the route tree, dealing with press coverage, really good release. I'm going to find and track the football. I mean, you look at that. He's not dominating with this size and speed. He's just dominating with just making it look easy. The movement skills really off the chart with Malachi Toney. Finds the ball, makes it happen. I would encourage you guys to go watch the rest of the 6-minute clip because he is a guy that just makes it really, really look easy. Now, to kind of finish up on the Hurricanes and where I think this program is going and kind of why I think Malachi Toney, even though it's early and the haters are going to say he's on flip watch, like he's a guy that's right in the backyard of Miami. You know, Mario Cristobal. And I want to shout out one guy real quick, Coach Kevin Beard. Like he's getting it done. I think you talk about having young guys on your staff that can recruit these kids out of high school. I think we might be seeing Kevin Beard emerge as one of those guys. Really happy about that hire. Think he's doing a really good job with the wide receivers in that room this year. You're hearing really good things from guys like Colby Young, Xavier Restrepo, Ray Joseph. I think he's a guy that can develop. I think he's a guy that can recruit as well. And having those young coaches that can combine the recruiting and the development is massive for a program like Miami that is trying to get their way back to where they belong and circling back. I mean, I get it. 2026 guy, maybe hard to get super excited about it right now. That's the recipe. Like it doesn't take just one 2023 class. As good as that 2023 class was for Miami, it doesn't take just one class to get back to where Miami wants to go. They're going in the right direction, but you have to start stacking these classes together, building that depth on your roster. And again, Mario Cristobal is here for the long haul. He is here to get Miami back to where it belongs, and it doesn't happen with just a snap of your finger. You got to be patient, stack these classes, stack the talent, stack the depth on this team. That's how Miami gets back. Malachi Toney certainly going to be helping the cause there. Now they got 2 commitments in the 2026 class. We'll be monitoring a few massive commitments for Miami. We got Zaquan Patterson and David Stone coming up on Saturday. Miami sounds like they're kind of in the running for both of them, right? Zaquan Patterson from Chaminade, from Miami, and you got David Stone from IMG. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll get back if those guys commit to Miami, we'll hop on, talk about it again. Miami fans, appreciate you guys rocking with the boys. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.